There are two very important things I say to any of my disciples. Very important. One, don't fall for gimmicks. Get something that's pure out and good by the merits of what it is in Nerf. Don't fall for, and even I get excited a little bit about, okay, the Doominator I thought was exciting. I still do. You got a guy who pulled 300 feet per second with one with a lot of fine-tuning and parts and cost him a small fortune, but it's a step ahead. Excellent work, man. Okay. I do the same thing with the Chronomag. I made the first Chronomag. Long barrel as it may be, the thing hits like a tank. But there was a good reason it hits by a tank. The reason it hits like a tank is based on the Chronos. That has a huge plunger tube in it. And number two, I tell people not to fall into bandwagons. Dissing this guy, cussing out this guy, being mad about that, dissing on this company, dissing on that company, just simply because everybody else does it. Okay, I also have a lot more patience for people, which is why you don't see me falling for any of this crap. I have more of a wait-and-see kind of attitude. But I can already see a couple of real problems with the Mercury, and this is why I'm not very hyped about it. Call me a negative Nancy, call me what you want, call me what you will. I think the Mercury is nothing more than a retread of what is already a good pistol. There's no reason to change it. But there is a reason I think that they are. And let me, in this video, show you what I think it is. Why are they making this Mercury Edge? There's the Jupiter, yes, that remains to be seen. I'm not really talking about the Jupiter. I'm talking today about the Mercury Edge and why I'm not hyped about it at all. The Edge is to be a blaster that I hope it's not a complete replacement to the Chronos, because the Chronos is great. It's a wonderful blaster. It can do great things. It can take high spring loads. It can shoot Rival very fast. It can shoot Stefan if you put a magazine in it. Lots of people are perfecting kits and this and that. But I have a bad feeling about this. Let me tell you why. So let's say, for example, you put the slide on. Okay, that's about the width of a Jupiter. Okay. That's about it. Maybe they made this wider. And unless I have one in my hands, I could be wrong. But, like I said, number one, do not fall for gimmicks. There's a reason. If you take this off right here, you can see very easy right here that this is really close. And the only way that if this is this width, that this could possibly hold a peg on the video I saw on the Crazy Nerf Game channel, okay, is to make this tube thinner and put standoffs inside. My guess, and it's only a guess, and it's only a suspicion, is that this is actually, the tube is actually a thinner diameter. Probably a 125 or maybe a 1.3 inch tube rather than a full out over 1.5 inch tube like this is. This is bad because this was, of course, limit the modding potential of the blaster. And although it may sound cool, oh, hey, I can put a shotgun grip here because these are threaded on this side and that side, I don't think that is a very cool thing, because obviously to fit the threads in there and to fit the posts in there, this would need to be thicker, a lot thicker. And to make it thicker, the only place that you can gain thickness is to make the tube thinner and make the standoffs higher. So let's open this up for a second, and you can see it. This right here is very, very thin. Okay, you can't really put a prime handle on that. Okay, this humongous tube, and we all love it. I know I do. I think it's great, and I think the more that the Chronos gets developed, it's going to become a much better blaster, especially when people really see that this is a cooker that can really get you out of the 250s into the 300 feet per second, especially as these improve. And they're no longer these mass-produced 3D printed things with short barrels, but they're making things like carbines and, you know, and scope bases and things for these. It really is a good blaster. However, you can see by the design, and this is where this meets the only way you can possibly gain on this dimension is to make it thinner. Now, I'm hoping that somehow this is just so wide that there it is. And of course you got this right here, but you put in mind, on the very side of this, okay, your base is right here. So you can see from here to here, there really isn't much to gain. And a lot of people can say, well, you know, the other side of the slide, well, that has some. No, it really doesn't. The only place that you can gain that kind of a foothold is if this tube diameter is thinner. That's it. And if this width up here is close to the width of a Chronos, I'd like to see this side by side with a Chronos, just to see what it looks like. Then yeah, they shrunk the tube on it, and that doesn't make me happy at all. So until next time, this is Chris Cartaya saying, don't you go changing, or I'll find you. Stay fresh.